Welcome to yet another set of questions for your PMP exam success. This is number 5 in a series, and we're still on the Agile flavored questions. Let's jump straight into what we have for today. One of the key events in an Agile project is the iteration demo. The most important reason for the iteration demo is that it provides an opportunity to A, discover the technical competency of a team and figure out training needs. B, reflect upon the internal workings of a team and come up with improvement suggestions. C, seek feedback about the product so the customer can realize the value. D, showcase the achievements of the team, leading to a sense of fulfillment and improve team morale. Now, if you need more time, hit the pause button. I will reveal the answer. To choose the best answer, my friends, similar to what you would do on the exam, as we always do here, we use the process of elimination. We'll start off by eliminating those that are incorrect. A, discover the technical competency of a team. This is not the right answer. This is not done in a sprint review. When it says iteration demo, and by the way, on the exam, you could use your highlighter as well, right? So the word iteration demo, this means your sprint review, right? And in the demo or sprint review, our goal is not to determine the competency of a team, the technical competencies. So that is incorrect. B, reflect upon the inner workings of a team and come up with improvement suggestions. This is not correct. This is what is done in a retrospective. Let's take a look at D. Showcase the achievements of the team, leading to a sense of fulfillment and improve team morale. Now, while this is a byproduct, could be a byproduct, this is not the main goal. It is not an opportunity to showcase achievements. Instead, it is more about understanding the customer's perspective, feedback. So the best answer is not D, my friends. It is C. Seek feedback about the product so that the customer can realize the value. That is the main thing, okay? All right, let's take a look at the rationale real quick before we move on. So, seek feedback about the product so the customer can realize the value. If we talk about A, the iteration demo is not focused on assessing the team's competency. Talk about B, it's done in the retrospective. Talk about D, while demos may boost morale, the key objective is to validate product increments with stakeholders. So we went with C. The primary purpose of the iteration demo is to showcase the increment and gather feedback, ensuring that the product is meeting customer needs and allowing them to see its value. All right. Okay. Let's move on to question 19. Question 19. An agile team is delivering value in small increments through successive iterations. However, as the work is delivered in bits and pieces, the stakeholders are struggling to comprehend how these individual increments contribute to the realization of the end-to-end product vision. What is the best way to address this challenge and enhance stakeholder understanding of the overall project vision? A, tell the stakeholders to contact the product owner who is accountable for maintaining the product vision. B, increase stakeholder involvement in crafting the product vision using techniques like story mapping, specification by example, etc. C, invite the stakeholders to the retrospective and ask them to bring up the issue in that forum. D, provide more details about the technical solution and conduct more frequent product demos. So if you need more time, do hit the pause button, but I am going to reveal the answer shortly. All right, so let's use the process of elimination. If we go with A, tell the stakeholders to contact the product owner who is accountable for maintaining the product vision. Now, while the product owner is accountable for the product vision, this response lacks a proactive approach. It's like saying, don't bother me, go talk to someone else, right? So that is not the best option. You haven't solved the problem. You haven't moved the situation forward in A. So A is not the best option. Let's take a look at option B. Increase stakeholder involvement in crafting the product vision using techniques like story mapping and SBE. This should have been done right from the get-go. So it's not a bad option, right? We're going to keep going and see if there's something better. C, invite the stakeholders to the retrospectives and ask them to bring up the issue in that forum. Now, while retrospectives are not a bad forum for discussing issues, this is quite reactive. Saying, come discuss the problem versus getting down to the bottom of the vision, this is not better than right from the get-go establishing the vision, because this is reactive. When you think about it, retrospectives are not for the product vision. This is a product vision, as you can see, problem. So the product vision would best be handled outside of this meeting. And besides, this retrospective is a meeting for the team. D, provide more details about the technical solution and conduct more frequent product demos. Again, while product demos can show progress, we're talking here about the product vision, which even trumps that. So D is not the best answer either. The best answer is B. Okay, let's take a look. So here's the logic. Increase stakeholder involvement in crafting the product vision using techniques like story mapping, SBE, and so on. Okay. The key thing is this is an effective way to make the stakeholders active participants in realizing the product's value. Let's go to question 20. Before starting a retrospective meeting, it is very important to set the stage properly and create the right atmosphere for the meeting. Which of the following activities is the most important to perform to ensure a productive and engaging retrospective session? Is it A, state the goal of the meeting and create an open atmosphere? B, gather data to be used to analyze pros, cons, and lessons learned? C, decide what to do and how to mentor team members? D, decide who to invite to the retrospective meeting? All right. I'll reveal the answer very shortly. Remember, we're asking for most important. All right. So think about it. What is most important? Telling people, hey, we have a meeting versus stating what the meeting is about. So the retrospective is a very psychological type of a meeting where people come into the retrospective should know what to expect. And if you don't tell them what to expect, the meeting could end up being quite unproductive. Okay. So if we look at the options from the bottom this time going up, decide who to invite to the retrospective. Now, while this is important, it is not most important because you could invite all the right people and end up doing all the wrong things. C, decide what to do and how to mentor the team members. Well, deciding what to do sounds quite personal, but other than that, it's not a place for mentoring. Could mentoring happen in a meeting? It could, but that is not the main goal. And it said, what is most important? So, B, gather data to be used to analyze pros, cons, and lessons learned. Well, gathering data could happen after setting the stage. Most important thing is A. So A is state the goal of the meeting and create an open atmosphere. The open atmosphere is what makes the meeting a success? Okay. So the best answer here is A. Let's move on to question 21. A subject matter expert, SME, from the customer side is a frequent attendee at iteration demos. They tend to hijack these demos by requesting additional features, questioning priorities, and making demands that are not in the current scope. Often, the features requested are complex and challenging to deliver within the time frame. This behavior is leading to confusion and frustration within the team. What is the best way to address this situation? A. Stop inviting the stakeholder to the iteration demos. B. The team facilitator should escalate the issue and work with the product owner and the stakeholder to moderate expectations. C. The product owner should be asked to deal with this directly. This is exactly what the role of the product owner is in a Scrum environment. D. Note down the suggestions made during the demos, but ignore them in the product roadmap. Take some time. Think about the answer. I will reveal it shortly. All right, let's take a look at the best answer. So, my friends, the best answer here is going to be revealed using the process of elimination. Think about it. This is a subject matter expert on the customer side. In this kind of question, if you were going to approach it on the PMP exam, you have some measure of accountability, which is why the question is in your court. You have some sort of involvement in this. This is a project that you are involved in, whether you're the Scrum Master, whether you're servant leader, whether you're project manager. So what is the best way to do this? Remember, one of the rules we have on the PMP exam is passing the buck to the next person is not the best way to go. You have some form of accountability here. So let's start from the bottom up. Note the suggestion, but ignore them. That is burying your head in the sand. It's pretense. It's not being open. Let's take a look at option A. Stop inviting the stakeholder to the iteration demos. You could miss out on whatever this person has to offer that is in a positive light. So we don't want to stop inviting them to the demos. So you're left with B and C. C passes the buck because it says the product owner should be asked to deal with this directly. This is exactly what the role of the product owner is. Not entirely correct. The Scrum Master, or whoever that servant leader is in that Scrum Master role, has some form of accountability. While the product owner is responsible for requirements, managing stakeholder behavior may require collaboration with the team facilitator to directly address the issue. So this is not the best option. Although it's very tempting to say, yeah, they're from the customer side. Not so. The best option is B. Okay. So one of those, you really have to think about it before you choose the answer. Escalating the issue and having a discussion with the product owner is bringing the product owner in, bringing the stakeholder in to moderate expectations, and it's a proactive approach. It also keeps you in the loop as the Scrum Master or the project manager. It helps maintain a healthy relationship while setting appropriate boundaries for what can be addressed during the demos. Remember, the demo is a forum where the team is showing what was done, the customer is able to interact with it, and there's nothing wrong with, asking for features, but the time and place and relevance That needs some further discussion. So the best answer here, my friends, is B. All right. I hope you're enjoying these questions so far. If you are gaining some value from these questions that we've been covering the past few minutes, do smash the like button. It helps me, helps the algorithm. It helps people find questions like this that actually makes you think of what you could encounter on the PMP exam. Okay, well, let's move on to our next question. Going over to question 22. A team that has newly transitioned to Agile is facing challenges, with some of its members arriving late to daily Scrum meetings or having off-topic conversations during these meetings. This behavior is affecting the team's overall progress. What should be done to address this issue effectively? A. Remind the team members that their behavior is hindering the team's progress and ask them to adhere to expectations. B. Encourage the team to establish ground rules and internal processes to strengthen collaboration. C. The team facilitator should establish strict guidelines to ensure adherence to working agreements. D. Give the team some time to see if the problem resolves on its own. I'll give you some time to think about it. Okay, hit the pause button if you need more time. So, the best answer here, again, using the process of elimination. This option A, telling the team, hey, your behavior is hindering progress, it sounds somewhat draconian, actually. It sounds somewhat foreboding, kind of like warning them. And it's actually not in the spirit of Agile. So, um, even if you remind them, hey, your behavior is hindering stuff, does that really solve the problem? Does that really remedy the situation? No. So it's not A. Let's take a look at B. Encourage the team to establish ground rules. Encouraging the team to come up with their own ground rules fosters accountability, doesn't it? Right? This is the best answer. Option C, the team facilitator should establish strict guidelines. Now, strict guidelines, they're not kids. You know, one of the things we say in the world of Agile is we hire adults. So it could come off again as being carrot and sticks, authoritarian, and it could undermine the team autonomy. We're not babysitting here. So C is not a great option. And then D, give the team some time to see if the problem resolves is reactive. Okay. So the best answer is B. I hope that one made sense. That's a pretty straightforward one, I think. Let's go to our next question. So that's the rationale. Want to encourage the team to establish ground rules. Remember what we call ground rules? When we put the ground rules in a document, it's called a team contract, social contract, team agreement, that terminology. Those are the kind of things you can expect on the exam. Social contract, team agreement, team charter. Okay? All right, let's move on to number 23. We're almost there, my friends. Almost there for today. A hybrid Agile team is planning to adopt Agile practices for a new project. However, the quality assurance and control team members are skeptical and have doubts about whether Agile can meet quality standards and effectively as traditional methods. What should the team do to address this skepticism and move forward collaboratively? Is it A, start with Agile advocates on a small scale and slowly bring the quality team members around? B, get coaching and mentoring for the entire team to gain a common understanding of Agile work practices? C, request the quality team members to set aside the objections until after a few iterations? D, look for other projects where the quality requirements are less stringent to apply Agile practices first. So you think about it. Give you a little bit more time. All right. We will use the process of elimination again. So there's some things that are flat out wrong that are not the best option. Oh, set aside your objections. No, so we can disqualify C. That's not a very good approach. A, start with agile advocates and forget about the naysayers. Start with agile advocates and then slowly bring the quality team members around. That could create a divide within the team. We're looking to foster collaboration, so it's not A. Let's take a look at D. Look for other projects where the quality requirements are less stringent. Now, this approach is delaying tackling the root cause, the issue of understanding Agile's capability. If you take a look, skeptical and have doubts, that's the problem. So saying, well, let's focus on some other projects, that's not really the best option. So it's not D. The best option is B. Get coaching and mentoring for the entire team to gain a common understanding of agile work practices. Coaching and mentoring, that's a huge step in any transformation that shouldn't be taken lightly. There's a lot that it can do, getting people on the same page, leveling up their understanding, so on and so forth. All right, let's go to question 24. And it reads, some team members are wondering why they need to hold a retrospective meeting after every iteration. They are questioning whether they're questioning whether it's necessary, particularly since they feel the iterations are running smoothly. The Agile coach is trying to explain the importance of retrospectives. What is the main purpose of holding these retrospective meetings? Is it A, demonstrate what was developed during the iteration? B, discuss what went well, what could have been better, and how to improve? C, discuss what is valuable to the customer? Or D, estimate the number of story points for each story? I'll give you some time. All right, my friends. Well, the best answer here, using the process of elimination, it cannot be the story points. That's not what we do in a retrospective. That's done in either your backlog refinement, worst case scenario, do some of this in sprint planning, but ideally backlog refinement is a better place to do that. Discussing what is valuable to the customer. Again, we could do that in refinement or reviews, but not retrospectives. Option A, demonstrate what was developed during the iteration. That's the sprint review, also known as a demo. So the best answer is B, discuss what went well and what could have been better and how to improve. Okay, let's go to our next one. So that's the rationale. And 25. Before we hit question 25, I want to remind you, my friends, those of you looking to really amp up your project management game, get into project management, maybe you are new to this concept of project management and you don't feel as certain, you might even be certified, but you don't feel certain. I want to encourage you to go on down to 360.pmradio.org. All throughout the year, we have these 360 conferences where we bring people into the world of project management. We answer questions. We tell you how to succeed in the interview. We give you mentoring and coaching in the world of Agile. I'm joined by Roy Schilling, my Agile coach, and we're going to be talking about how to break into the world of project management and how to succeed. This is definitely one you don't want to miss. It's first thing in 2025 to put you on a good footing. Okay, they don't happen very often, maybe once or twice every 6 months. So definitely jump on this one and come prepared, come with questions, and you'll be glad you did. All right, so the final one for today, my friends. Question 25. An agile team was practicing relative estimation techniques using story points. However, they found it challenging to compare user stories effectively. using just one benchmark, leading to inconsistencies in estimation. The team facilitator suggested using multiple reference points to address this issue. What is this technique called? Is it A, velocity mapping? Is it B, expert opinion? Is it C, disaggregation? Or is it D, triangulation? This is a straightforward one. It's either you know it or you don't. There's not a whole lot of problem solving to do. And there are a lot of questions on the exam that are very much like that. Pretty much just, straight ahead. You either know it or not. All right. The answer to this, my friends, is triangulation. Triangulation involves using multiple reference points. We often say bigger, smaller, same size, right? And it helps in reducing biases and inaccuracies that may arise from using only a single reference. Okay. Well, that's all we have for today, my friends. If you are getting ready for the exam, you're trying to break into the world of project management, this is a forum for you at pmradio.org. If you are looking to study fully for the PMP exam, I suggest going to the tinyurl.com/elite PMP course, where you can sign up for my training on Udemy. If you're looking to do mock exams and quizzes and tests, then go to pmpdoctor.com. And if you're looking to prepare for the CAPM exam, then you want to go to tinyurl.com/elite CAPM. All of those are vehicles that you can use to improve your project management game. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me. I wish you all the very best. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Have a lovely rest of the year. Be safe. And if you really want to get this done, remember, you need to book your venue now. If you haven't booked your venue and you're looking to do this in 2024, wow, time's running out, because the venues get really full towards the end of the year. So now is your time. Strike now. Book the venue. Go pedal to metal. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.